Damn, this shit actually went live. Live on the first time. Work this, get this going, and then I got to go, Boom. Yeah. See if that works. Come on, pop up, pop up, pop up. Do that again. I'm gonna save that. Boom. There we go. What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? How was your Tuesday? Oh, I did a bunch of stuff today. Me and Miss Puerto Rican hung out with her parents. We went and had lunch. You're over here now. Well, did a bunch of stuff. Well, just woke up, hung out with Miss Puerto Rican and her parents today. Yeah, I know I got two screens because I'm about to show a video. Because I gotta watch this video. So, I'm going to be watching the video because I have to break down this Opie versus Jim Norton fight. Their faces. And Esther Koo's in there. Her parents voluntarily broke bread with me. Yeah. When did that? Oh, they're Puerto Rican. Yeah, they are. But, yeah, so. Video, though.
Okay.
It would help you'd say that.
Oh, okay, good. No, it helps because...
He's a delightful man.
Well, first of all, it's just later in the day.
Right.
Which helps, because I just have more energy later.
You were fine on our show?
You know?
All right. Was it just you two,
Yeah,
or did you have other people there?
It was us two and then Ralph Sutton.
What did you talk about? Why wouldn't it be fine?
Huh?
Why wouldn't it be fine?
No. Of course it would be fine. It was great.
No, you were asking me. Why wouldn't it be fine?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
Oh.
Probably your reaction.
Huh?
You might have thought you reacted.
How did I react? I didn't even react.
No, you didn't react.
We talked about it yesterday. I said, it was fine. We don't talk, but I don't care if people do his show.
Right.
So, anyway.
Are you guys going to talk at the
Did
benefit?
you see the snip?
Not at all. He's done some really shitty things. No. Now I'm pissed. No. It goes really deep. The stuff I've found out recently. No, I'm not talking to him. And I won't be in the same room as him. No. Do you know any of the stuff that he's done lately? Okay, fair enough. No, I'm not.
Look how fucking skinny Chip was.
You can put that aside. That rumor that we might talk. No. The shit I found out recently? No. No, I'll never be in the same room as that fucking guy.
You don't have to be, you know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's fine. Like I said, I'm not putting you in the middle of it, but if you don't know, you don't know. That's fine.
You guys, my new obsession is Wonder. I love the Food Network and celebrity chefs, and they have a lot of celebrity.
I'm not putting you in the middle of it, but if you don't know, you don't know. That's fine.
Sorry, I don't know.
Real shitty stuff, to be honest with you. Extremely shitty stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyway. And people are confused. Whoa, you threw him under the bus. No, I never threw Anthony under the bus, trust me. But he made it very obvious that it was time to move on. Extremely obvious.
I'm sorry.
And things I wondered about now I know as true. So no.
How do you know they're true? I'm not saying they're not. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm leaving you out of it. Simple as that. And I'll never talk to you about it.
Hold
You'll
on.
never tell me?
No.
Did you just see the looks Oh shit! Did you see the fucking look on Jimmy and Esther's face when he fucking said that? Why does this keep tipping over? Hold on a second here. Yeah. Stop tipping over. All right. Yeah, there. It's not going to tip over anymore. Did you see the fucking looks on their faces when he said that shit? Did you see that shit? The looks on their faces were like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I can't get a hold of myself. You're an O&A noob. This was the infamous Opie versus Jim Norton fight that we only had audio of, but E-Rock dropped the fucking video footage. So now we actually get to see the looks on their fucking faces when this shit happened. Opie's greatest skill was the ability to stay in the awkward moments and keep digging, and that's why Patrice gave a little respect. Oh, it's on the Red Twin. He posted it on the Red Twin channel. Just put in Red Twin just put in Opie versus Jim Norton. It should be the first video that pops up. And I'm jumping right back into this shit. She's laying down. I piped her down pretty good, so she needs to heal. Yeah, it's Paul's channel.
No, no. Yeah, see, no. Getting a lot of people shaking their heads, no.
Why won't you tell me?
I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't feel like we're that close in that way. No, I'm not telling you.
Okay.
Anyway, hi, Esther.
Hi, sorry I brought that up.
What,
It's not your fault that we're not that close. That's not your fault.
Look at the look on dumb Opie's face.
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
I'm actually good in general. Anyway, so what religion were you growing up?
It was Christian evangelical.
What is that?
They're
Goes
like-
on
they try to
Jimmy's like, I
recruit
wish
people.
this chick
Like, they
Esther
would
had
always
a
go
dick so I
fishing.
can fuck her.
Well,
That's
they
all
weren't the
Jimmy's
ones that
saying.
shaved their heads.
No, they just like went to college campuses and like preyed on vulnerable, insecure kids and would, recruit them and bring them to the church.
Right.
And so they were always just like, out shopping for new recruits,
Right.
which is like, you don't want that in a religion, right?
Where would they go to try to find new members?
They would go to college campuses.
Really? Mm-hmm. And your parents were into this?
Yeah.
Huh.
I would go.
What do you mean?
I would go as a high school kid to college campuses and like
Oh, so
talk to people and be like,
so they wanted you to recruit people.
yeah,
Your parents made you do this?
the church made me do this. Yeah,
Oh, so you turned away from religion.
right.
Ah, I got it. Was that a problem with you and your parents?
Yeah, because they were super into it,
Right.
So,
All right, this got weird.
Well, it just got weird because I'm asking you something. You're like, we're not that close like that, which is fine. But
Well, we're not. I mean, we do a good show together and stuff, but we're not that close.
so now you're mad at me for something?
I'm not mad.
Ugh.
I'm not mad. We're not close yet. What, this is a surprise to you? We're not close. We do a good show together. It's okay. Don't say ugh.
I'm gonna say ugh.
Don't say ugh. You know everything that's been going on. You don't.
No, but I don't know exactly what you're talking about. You're saying something that I don't know, and you're acting
That's
like I
fine.
do know.
That's all right. And
You are acting like I do know.
No, I said I was surprised you
In a
don't.
conspiratorial
I
tone.
was surprised you don't know.
But I don't.
I believe you. For real. For real. I do believe you. Okay?
No, he doesn't.
It's not a matter of being close. Like, it's just this weird paranoia thing. It's like, what's going on? There's something going on.
There's no paranoia. But there's none. I believe you. If you tell me you don't know some of the real dirty shit he did over the years, that's fine.
I have no
That's fine.
idea.
I believe you. I really do. But it does make me very upset. Okay? But I do believe you. All right? I believe you. Not happy? I believe you, though. Okay? You've been in the middle of this, for a long time, so I try to keep you out of it. You do both shows and all that.
Yes.
I don't say a word about it.
No.
And if you say you don't know, then fine. I believe you. Okay?
Yeah, no, I really don't know, and I don't feel like I need to. I know you're not asking me to prove I don't know, and I don't feel like I need to prove. I said I know that.
I really do believe you.
I know.
Okay?
All right, by the way, Jimmy was 100% lying here, and he 100% knew. He didn't know. He would trash Opie behind his back too, Anthony, which is fine and whatever. But when he's like, I didn't know. Oh, that nigga knew, and it was hilarious. We've been doing this for this long. I know this shit is 10 years old, but yeah, Jimmy knew. Jimmy knew, but it's fine. It's whatever. It's still funny as shit. I don't feel disbelieved. Look how fucking skinny Jimmy was, though. Man, fucking attorney really adds on the pounds, I gotta say. Damn. Let's get back to it, though.
I said I know that.
I really do believe you.
I know.
Okay?
I know you do. I don't feel like you don't. I don't feel disbelieved.
Right.
But if somebody, that to me, that you don't need to be close to somebody. If somebody says, I'm not saying like, why don't you think we're close? I don't give a shit about that. But if I say to you, what's going on? I don't think it requires us to be in love with each other for you to say off the air, this is what's been happening. I don't think that's an issue of closeness.
I've told you some of the stuff, and we've talked about some of the stuff. So, but I got more info and stuff, and I'm just blown away by it, to be honest with you. So, blown away.
You say odd shit to people, dude. You're a good guy. But
Whatever.
you say odd shit to people.
Like what?
Like that. Like what? Like that.
Because we're not close, so why would I tell you?
Because
We're
it's
not close.
But
We're okay.
who are you close with? Like what constitutes close
I
to
don't need
you?
to tell you who I'm close with. I got my people that I'm close to. All right.
I'm
Now he's not close to anyone.
Made a decision not to involve you in all this crap because you are in the middle.
You're
absolutely in the middle.
I don't feel in the middle.
Whatever. Okay.
I don't feel in the middle.
Fair enough.
But I'm sure you think that somehow I'm against you. I'm sure. I'm positive.
I didn't say that.
You don't have to.
I didn't say that.
I know. It's everybody else. I got it.
What? No, I took responsibility for
No,
myself.
I know. I said
I
you're
did.
right.
I did. Cool. But other people need to take responsibility too. Okay?
Yes.
All right? I'm not the only one that needs to take responsibility. It gets ridiculous after a while. He did some really shitty things. And some of the stuff I found out recently it blows my mind. It blows my mind. So no, I will not be in the same room as him anytime soon.
So you're not going to the Patrice benefit?
I got to figure it out.
All right.
Got to figure it out. So. Anyway.
Whatever, man.
What?
I mean, what? I mean, whatever. It's always uncomfortable. It's always uncomfortable.
Then you don't have to be here. Why are you here? If it's so uncomfortable, why are you here? Explain that to me. Why are you here then?
Because
If it's
I
so
like
uncomfortable.
performing.
Okay.
And this is my job.
So you could perform in other ways. You could have your own show here. You could do a million
No, I
things.
can't have my own
But
show.
Why
here.
would you walk into an uncomfortable situation every day if it's uncomfortable?
Why don't you ask yourself that too?
I'm fine.
You're
I'm
not
happy.
fine.
I'm happy.
I didn't say I wasn't happy, but you're not fine.
I'm fine.
Okay.
You don't know the first thing about me. I'm fine.
I know. I don't know you. I've been working with you 15 years. You're right. I don't know anything about you.
You don't know
Come on.
what. You don't know.
You're right. No, I know nothing about you. You're right.
You
I
know a
stand
lot
corrected.
about me.
You're right.
You guys, is this a real fight?
Huh?
It's a big bickering.
Do you fake it for the radio?
No.
Oh God.
No.
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 You've been told not to talk about it.
You've been told not to talk about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's real serious shit. Yeah.
But so, I don't. What? But what? Me and you not fucking like what?
God damn. Opie just texting.
So I'll do this till October, and then you can get a new partner, and I'll move on. I'm not going to quit my fucking job. This is my gig.
I didn't say you should quit, but if you're not comfortable here, then that's on you, not me. I'm comfortable here.
You're not always comfortable.
I'm comfortable
You
here.
can't even look at me half the time. I'm doing Uncle Paul. You're literally looking into the monitor like, I wish this guy would just go away.
I'm not a fan of Uncle Paul. You know that. We've talked about it. Whatever. But you're not a fan of some of the stuff I talk about either. So it's just what it is.
But I don't stare into a monitor like I'm being molested when you're
you
doing
stare
it.
into your phone or completely ignore me. I mean, it happens all the time.
But believe it or not,
it happens all the time. If you're not into what I'm saying, you completely ignore me. Are you kidding me? Do you really want to have this conversation?
Yes, I do.
You sit there and go on your phone and completely ignore me.
But
I feel like I'm talking to a wall.
I know you do, but not realizing that I can look at my phone and I can also participate in a discussion. I know how to talk as well.
Now you tap out. You completely tap out on things. You know that.
Maybe if we're talking about something and you just automatically switch the subject because you don't want to talk about it, maybe then.
No, it's a tough spot to be in. Sometimes they just...
No, I know. I don't know how to talk. I'm talking before.
No, I'm just saying. What, talking about before? What happened
We're
before?
talking about Sydney Party. We're just doing something. I'm talking about something.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like, so Trump. And it's like, okay, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you with my personal life. Like, you just...
Wow, you're crazy. You're literally crazy.
How is that crazy?
That bit was fine. What
Point is
crazy.
That's not crazy.
That was the bit of the day, and then it felt like where I said it was time to move on, so we moved on to the Trump.
But that's not people having a discussion. I know what you're saying.
And if it wasn't, then I'm sorry, but
I know what you're saying.
Good shit there.
I know what you're saying, but it's not always okay. Trump. It's like we're just having a discussion about something. It just feels unnatural to jump into something else.
Well, that's what you do with radio. You move on to other things, I guess. I wasn't cutting you off. We got good material out of that. I didn't know you were done.
I know, but we're just all talking about something, and we're just jumping to something. But you're saying, why do I tap out on my phone? I didn't know what to say about Trump. Like, what was I going to say about him?
It's a huge story.
I know, dude. I talk about it on stage every night.
Back before Trump was president.
I know it's a big story.
But the Poirier thing, I thought we were done. That's all. I didn't cut you. I didn't feel like I was cutting you off, and if I did, I apologize. But
back before
we got
America
great stuff out of it. The
again.
feedback on it was wonderful.
And you're asking me, why do I come here if I'm uncomfortable? Well, if you don't trust me with stuff, why are you on the air with somebody you don't trust?
I didn't say it in. No, that's more. That's.
Or you're not that close to. Why? Why are you doing radio every day with somebody who you just genuinely don't like that much?
I didn't say I didn't like you.
That is the same
I didn't say I didn't like you. Now you're going far with that shit. Well, we both.
I think
like I said, day one, we were both put into a horrendous situation, a weird situation. I do like you, Jimmy. Okay. And in general, I have a good time in here. In general, I've had more fun doing radio than I've had in years in here. Okay.
I think everybody's feelings are just hurt.
No, I don't feel. No. I don't feel like my feelings are hurt. I don't feel wounded by that. I'm not like, oh, how could you? It's like, what do you think if you tell me something that happened that I'm not involved with, but it's still a part of the whole story here? Because what happens is when you do stuff like that, like I asked.
I wasn't even going to say anything.
That's the point I'm making.
But I wasn't.
That's the point. Dude, let me finish, please. That's the point I'm making.
Go ahead.
When you said, when she said I was on Anthony's, you did react. You didn't react like fuck him. You reacted like it was a noticeable thing. Whatever it was.
Because we talked about it yesterday. I don't know why it was brought up again today.
She felt it and I felt it.
That's fine.
So it's a real reaction.
Right.
So don't say that you're not, like, you do react to it. So then the next reaction is, okay, why are you reacting that way? I thought everything was kind of mellow, and then I hear he's going to be at the Betrayal panel. I'm like, oh, I wonder if you guys are just going to chat. So I asked the natural question.
I'm not chatting with him.
Okay, but you come back with, no, this other stuff happened, which I don't know about.
Which I was keeping between, me and a few people I trust, and
right. So you actually think I'm going to go in and say it on the air and go back and tell somebody?
I didn't say that.
You said me and a few people.
Now the stuff that happened, because they're not referencing it, and not that many people actually know about it, is obviously this was after Cumia got fired, and Cumia had a party for the Compound Media people, and former O&A producer Ben Sparks ended up at the party and ended up with Opie's phone number and started texting the shit out of Opie, and Opie actually called the police and got the police involved. So that's the shit, the behind-the-scenes shit that Opie keeps referencing here. Who's their chin? Jim was getting close to Opie's salary when he lost his serious job in 2017. What convenient timing this video sees the day of light. Like I said, I think this is what Opie was complaining that E-Rock might have had, but Opie never... Although Opie's dumb and probably doesn't even know that. But this was the behind-the-scenes shit Opie was talking about. The former O&A producer, Ben Sparks, went to a Kumia party, got Opie's number, started texting the shit out of Opie and harassing him, and Opie had to get a restraining order against him. And Opie was convinced that Ben Sparks got the number from Anthony directly. And he probably either got it from Anthony or Keith the Cop. Let's keep it real. But so that's the behind-the-scenes shit Opie's talking about during this fight. Let's get back into it, though.
Or go back and tell somebody?
I didn't say that.
You said me and a few people I trust.
Yeah, I got people I trust in my life. Yes, and I talk to a lot. I talk to a lot.
Okay.
We don't talk a lot. Off air.
I'm not saying we do, or that we should, or that we will.
This has just become what it is, and it's nice, and I do enjoy it. But we don't really, talk at any level outside here.
I know, and it's you think you take responsibility to do it, but you do for part of it and on the surface, but you don't sometimes. You don't.
Like what?
Just in general, you have no idea. You have literally no idea how your moods affect other people. I'm not saying
you gotta go.
I will in October.
I'm fine here.
I know you're fine.
I'm fine here, and I enjoy what I'm doing.
We don't need to reiterate it. In October, I'm done.
I don't want to wait till October. Then that's ridiculous.
I'm not quitting my fucking job.
I didn't say that.
Well, then what am I going to do? Are you going to fire me? You can't. I'm not saying you can't.
Because I fire everybody else, or I'm just asking. Why would I fire you?
Because you have the ability to. Because you're my boss.
But why would I do that?
Because you just said why wait till October?
Well, you're the one who
just
that's silly, though. If you're not happy here, then why would you stay till October?
Because it's money. It's my job. Again, I'm not a 3-year-old. It's my job.
So maybe there's other ways to do it.
How?
I don't know. Let's ask the company.
You ask the company. You have more connections. I'm not the one that goes up and talks to them. I don't have no relationship with them.
Someone has to.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, that was never fun for me.
You guys want me to talk to them?
Huh?
It would be lovely.
You go down the hall. You go down the hall. But
Esther Q. Bing a ding a ding jing bing ding dong. Awkward silence.
Hi, Esther.
But yeah, you could talk to them, dude. I mean, you have a relationship with them. I don't.
I'm not going to throw you under the bus.
I don't know. I don't care if you do or not.
I've done.
I feel like we should go outside and take a bong hit.
A bong hit? Jeez. Yeah. How high are you?
You feel like what? I know they would have gotten rid of me with Ant. They would have been happy to cut my salary and get rid of me. Of course I know that.
They asked me.
I know they did.
They absolutely asked me.
Of course they did.
And you were also one of the, one of the people that definitely said we should continue.
Yeah, I like having a job.
Yeah, you were very insistent on that in the beginning.
I bet
it's my job.
I
like doing it.
His wife was probably
I like doing this for a living. But you think I don't...
But I get all this shit for moving on without Ant. It's ridiculous that I'm the only one that gets this shit for moving on without Ant.
I know you want me to get this shit too. I do.
I'm more surprised that I get all the focus. It's ridiculous.
And I know you're surprised.
Everyone knew that me and Anthony fucking hated each other's guts, and now I'm learning the shit he was doing behind the scenes, and it's fucking brutal.
I know you're surprised.
And then people are like, wow, you threw your partner of 20 years under the bus? No, it was a long time fucking coming. If we had any type of relationship, we would have continued together in some form. But it was so obvious, and you knew it too. I had to have known how bad it was. You had to have known.
I know you guys weren't getting along, but so what? I mean, meaning like when he got fired, I knew you guys were fighting. Yeah, I knew a lot of it. I knew why you were fighting.
We weren't even fighting. We weren't talking
in general,
at all.
We weren't even talking. You know what I mean? I knew where the tension was. I knew where the tension was.
He didn't respect, me as far as his radio show goes, but continued doing it and then doing shitty things behind the fucking scenes.
Yeah, but you keep saying that.
Well,
like I don't know what shit you say you found out stuff that he was doing recently.
Like I said,
I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Well, it's pretty solid. Yes, pretty solid.
Will you tell me?
yeah.
Philippa Giorgio, you're a tyrant. We knew that having you here would be valuable.
Starfleet. Section 31. You chose me. Somebody's got to keep it lively.
You seem to be staring right into my soul.
This is chaos. Let's get messy.
Star Trek Section 31, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, you niggas watch an ad.
Well, you talk to the company. What do you want me to tell you, dude? I mean, you are my boss.
That's
Yeah, no, it's not.
No,
No,
it's
contractually, you're my boss, dude. You're my
not.
boss.
I can't fire you.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
It's news. I probably shouldn't be telling you. Yes, you can.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
know
think
the
so.
contract. I know you don't, but I know the
Look
contract.
at the fat black
There's
shit
nothing.
behind
There's
it.
not-
nothing.
Fire you.
There's nothing in the contract that says
Looks
I
like
can
fucking
fire
dead.
you.
I'm here. I'll tell you exactly what the contract says because I didn't
What the
trust
fuck is
the
Majin Buu
company
doing
as
back
much.
there?
I can get fired from the company if I really fuck up. Like if I really do something egregious
trying
or
to fuck up
terrible,
their show, like
pull my
you're
dick
trying
out
to
in the
fuck up my
hallway,
show.
or I fucking roll a bowling ball down into Scott's office from up here, I could get fired. But in order for me to get fired for basically light stuff, it has to be you, or it was you, and it was at the pleasure of Opie and Anthony. And then it became the pleasure of Opie. So I'm here. You are the buffer between me and the company. So you can fire me a lot easier than they can, contractually, unless I really fucked up. But I haven't really fucked up. So you, if you want to move on, could talk to the company and they would do it because they would love to cut my salary. I told you they're not awful to me. They're not terrible to me here, dude. They don't treat me terrible. However, I've told you since day one, they don't give a fuck if I'm here or not. And you're like, oh, dude, they like you. I'm like, dude, stop. I'm too smart for that.
They absolutely asked me. I said, of course, I'd continue with Jimmy.
But the fact that they had to ask you that shows you exactly where they put me in the middle.
No,
That's why.
they wanted to know what it was going to be after that. After Ant got fired, so they sat me down and said, what is this now going to be?
They were probably crossing their fingers, like we don't want to lose Norton.
No, they don't.
We wanted to continue with you. So what do you see as the new show? That's exactly the conversation I had. Exactly.
I understand.
And in all fairness, you don't look at me either. So now what? That's on me. But hold on. So that's now on me because you think, you never look at me. But I swear to you, I get the same exact feeling.
I know you do. I know you feel like what
Why
you're
the fuck
saying.
do they
I
wanna
know
look
that.
at each other,
I really
weirdos?
believe you. I know you're not bullshitting me, but I'm telling you, we're talking about things half the time, and you are looking at everybody else in the room. And it's a weird thing. And I'm not saying you have to like Uncle Paul. It's just a bit on the dumb radio show. But your reaction to it is literally like you're being beaten with something and you're staring into them like it's a weird it's not a silence, it's a silence that is meant to make a statement.
And we've talked about it. I apologize to you that I don't react better to it. But then, 99% of the shit you do, I'm fucking laughing my balls off and pushing forward. It's just, when you do a radio show, you're not going to like every single thing. And I feel bad that I get in the way of that one. But it's just really fucking weird to me. That's all.
It's not the laughter. I don't need you to laugh. Like, I don't want you to fake laugh.
But that part's, oh God, I'm not fake laughing.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that's not what I want.
But that's my point. I'm not fake laughing. I generally love everything you do on the radio show. So who gives a fuck? It's one thing. And then I try to see how I could, work it better or just stay out of the conversation or something. I don't know.
Because it derails it. And it's a weird, it's like I said, it's a silence that says something. It's not a silence that is
so. Yeah, but you do the exact same thing with some of the stuff I talk about. It's just what it is. If you're not into something, you're not into something. I mean, what can I tell you? I know you don't give a shit about half the stuff I bring up. It's fine.
It's not that I don't give a shit about this stuff. Sometimes the timing of it's odd, but it's like,
you completely tap out too. So, I mean, what are we trying to say here?
What do I tap out of?
I'd have to sit down and think about it, but I mean, I'll start talking about something and go, okay, and I get no reaction. Sometimes you gotta work the conversation to see where the sweet spot is and see where it could go. And if you're not interested in something, you absolutely tap out quickly.
That happens in every relationship
Who is
where
this
two
chick in
people
the
spend a lot of
background?
time together. You just eventually tap out.
Right.
It's almost natural, anybody
Who
who works
is she
together
and why is
is
she
married.
there watching?
You guys have been working together for so long. Like,
Right.
I mean, it's just, if you didn't tap out, then you guys might be in love,
Yeah. I mean, it all stems down to it was time for the Opie and Anthony show to to end, and people should just, understand that. And I get a lot of heat for that because I didn't go to bat for him, which is ridiculous because I did absolutely all the time in the fucking past. We had nothing left to offer. We wouldn't fucking look at each other. We wouldn't fucking talk to each other. We wouldn't call each other anymore. He didn't give a fuck about what I said on this radio show anymore. And quite frankly, I didn't give a fuck about a lot of the stuff he was doing. At that point, we lost our fucking chemistry. So it was time to end the show. And then for me to get all the heat is so ridiculous, I can't even tell you. It's so obvious that it was time to move on. And that's why I wish him nothing but the best as he continues with his career. But the shit I found out of the stuff he was doing behind the scenes is just unforgivable, period.
How do you know it's even true?
I can't go down the road right now. I really can't.
Okay.
Not at this time.
He still never has explained it.
time.
I know it, but he never explained it to Opie.
But you say we're not close like that, which is, but the amount of
Sorry,
no, you're not letting me finish, dude. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not hurt by that. We're shocked by it. The amount of my personal life I expose on this radio show is fucking astronomical. Now, I know with a family you can't expose all that stuff. But you literally give 5% of that, 10% of that, and you expect me to, or other people to expose their personal life, and everything I do that's embarrassing or humiliating or in the moment, I talk about.
Right.
And then it comes down to, we're joking the other day about something, and somebody says something like, what's your song? Like you're talking about the wedding song or some shit. You're like, oh, you put me on the spot. Like you don't even want to offer that up. And it's like, how much, and then how come you didn't say this? Well, it's because we're not close like that. And it's like, well, all I do is fucking talk about my personal life and the shit that's going on.
Right, so that's you. You're way more open than probably 99.9% of the people I've ever met in my life. You're an exception to the rule.
That's still, when something is happening that affects the radio show, if it affects the radio show, and then you're not going to make me privy to it, if it's got anything to do with me, even in a peripheral way, is unfair.
I guess, but, I'm not saying it on the air right now.
Of course not.
But
you don't even send me a text to let me know certain other things that had happened. I got to read them in the paper?
Yeah, you do at this point. Sadly, yeah.
Like, why?
Because I never felt like I could talk to you.
You don't feel like you could trust
Not
me?
anymore. We used to. We used to be really close. You know that. And we used to talk a lot and stuff. I felt like it got to a point. Yeah, I just couldn't really talk to you about that stuff anymore.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what changed.
I
honestly don't know.
I'll tell you what changed. You think, or you're afraid that I'm going to run back and say something. You're afraid, like I'm an errand boy, who I'm going to run back and give a report on what you're talking to me about.
Well, you do.
That's what it is. You don't want to say,
no,
that's what it is.
Which is hilarious.
That is insulting.
That might be part of it. I don't know. That might be part of it.
Right, might be. Right, that's.
No, I'm serious. It might be a part of it.
It's a huge part of it, and that's why I said paranoid before. Like, you think I'm going to run back and fucking report to other men? I love Anthony, but I'm not going to run back and report like a fucking a grown man. Guess what he said to me today?
Well, you do to a man that you're married to right now.
It doesn't work that way.
That's fine.
I support him. I do his show because, again, he's my friend, and you know the relationship. I mean,
he definitely talked to you about shit. I definitely did. What about, the famous text message where he was calling me a cunt and was sending it to you casually. So obviously he probably did that from time to time, and he sent it to me by accident.
I remember the text.
And then he quickly blamed, saying it was you when I knew.
No, he didn't blame me. No, he didn't.
He said it to me. He goes, I'll explain later. I was talking about Jimmy. He was throwing you under the bus. I'm like, no, you weren't. You were sending that to Jimmy, and you sent it to me by accident.
What he said was that he was sending it to a girl. But you're asking me to speak for a text message that he sent.
Huh?
You're asking me to address a text message that he sent.
But that was certainly, suspicious that he was comfortable enough to be sending you text messages during the show, which is kind of fucking creepy.
But who says he was sending the text message to me during the show? Why are we talking about that?
Should we still deny
It's just one of the examples of some of the dirty shit that was going on while we're just trying to do a radio show together. It was, what the fuck? Like the issues I had with Anthony, I would call him up and try to work it out.
Still denying that,
and he chose to do it another way, continue making believe everything was fine and doing some shit behind the scenes.
And you're afraid if you tell me so and so had this happen, I'm going to run back.
I'm not afraid. You're just not on
Jim
that
really is a
level these
worm.
days. Unfortunately, you're just
Yeah.
not. We don't. You're just.
I
not.
got it, dude. It's fine. It's fine.
You've got a long to-do list. Thankfully,
Yeah,
you have
I gotta get
DoorDash,
YouTube
and
Premium.
top-rated shoppers will deliver groceries right to your door.
You're just.
I
not.
got it, dude. It's fine.
Someone
It's
hit that Streamlabs donation link in the description so I can get
Come
YouTube
October,
Premium.
I'll go. If you want me faster to
I'm
go,
not fucking firing you. That's ridiculous.
well, I'm giving my notice for October. And I'll do the radio show, and I'll be funny on the radio show despite this discussion. I mean, it's my job. I can be funny on the radio show.
Okay. Be weird though now.
It's December now.
Yeah, I mean,
October just passed.
I know. We got 10 months left. But
Yeah.
hey, look, if you want to move me to a different, I mean, what are you going to do? What can I possibly do? If the company is going to wind up firing
Opie
me.
just
So when Ant
texted
takes
his
all
wife.
the shots at me, you just make believe he's not doing that, or
What shots?
you.
No. When I'm on the show, isn't it shots?
No,
when
I'm not
on the
saying when you're on the show. All the shitty things he said about me since he got fired. You're just fine with all that, and you're cool with that.
Your relationship-
I'm just asking for real. I'm not trying to be a dick.
I'll be real honest.
He's taking shots at my wife. He's taking shots at me and everything I do on this
I've
radio
never
show.
heard him take a shot at your wife, ever.
Well, then you should pay closer attention.
But I don't. I worry about my own stand-up career, and I don't worry. I love Ant, but in all honesty, I don't listen to this show when I'm not here. I don't listen to.
But he takes shots at me all the time, so you have to know that.
But I also know
because that's being self-aware, like you say. I'm not. You have to know he does that, right?
Yeah, but I never heard him take a shot at your wife.
He absolutely has.
But I've never heard it. I've never heard of it.
The sex tape bullshit from back in the day.
Bam
When he decided to take an hour and a half and just beat the living shit out of me on his show, one of the final things was they were asking about that tape, and he goes, "Well, I'll just leave it for the internet to speculate." He knows damn well that whole fucking thing was bullshit and fake. He knows it.
Yeah, of course, everybody knows it.
So he should have fucking left my wife out of it, but he couldn't help himself. I'll let the internet keep speculating on that. He knows what that did to me and my fucking family. And he knows it was complete fucking bullshit. And he knows it was the fucking guy that he invited to his fucking party. And then because of that party, that guy couldn't help himself and texted me 40, 50, 60 fucking times harassing me and my kids and my wife.
Yeah.
Which led to a fucking restraining order, which now I'm fighting in fucking court.
Yeah, no, I know all that.
But you
But
know
you said-
the
oh,
guy.
you said, do I-
You know the guy's been taking shots at me.
Yes. I think
Does that bother you at all?
I don't.
Because maybe that plays into it too. Because I'm sitting here like, wow, I do a radio show with the guy every day.
Wait,
He knows the
didn't
other
you
guy's
just
taking
say he
shots at me
didn't
all the
know
time.
all that,
When
and now
Anthony
he
comes
does
up on
now?
this show, I literally try to take the high road, and I know you're in the middle. But does it, as a human being, bother you at all?
What bothers me between both of you, and I said this from day one, is that you both had conditions under which you would talk.
I don't need to
Like
pick,
meaning,
nigga.
when Ant got fired and his show came up, and I went on his show the first day. I called in. He was on Long Island, and I said this to you on the air when you and Ant were having that big fight. I said this to you. You should have went on his show, regardless of the personal stuff. That my opinion was that the support for his endeavor as a professional guy, as a member of this show, should have been the groundswell of support should have come from us, and it should have been from this show, regardless of all the personal stuff. I told you that from day one.
Yeah, it would make
So,
my
hold
life.
on, you're asking me
All right,
how does it feel? Do I feel? And then you said stuff which I knew what you meant when you said it, dude. Like I really did. Like when you would say stuff like management likes the direction of the show, I knew you weren't motherfuckering him. I knew you were saying that in defense of us. We were getting attacked. People were being very unfair. These guys are fucking traitors. They're cunts. And you said, hey, management likes. You weren't saying fuck Anthony. You were sticking up for us.
And spun it to mean I was saying fuck Anthony. No, we were fighting for our fucking lives. But he can't see past himself half the fucking time.
But when I heard that as the guy in the room with you,
Right.
I'm like, why would he? Like, I know what you meant.
Right.
But yet that does not sound like I'm defending my guy. That sounds like the people that gave us the hard time all these years that we railed against, now they like what we're doing. And I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
So when he takes shots, like whether you mean to take a shot like that or not, it's a back and forth between you guys. And I would see certain things on Twitter that you would say that I don't think you meant to be horrible. I really don't think you were trying to be attacking.
Right.
But I understand the back and forth between you guys.
Right.
So you're asking how do I feel about it? There's things that both of you have said that I really wished you had not said. And there's also things that you guys have not said that I'm fucking happy you haven't.
My little subtle Twitter things doesn't even compare to the stuff he's been saying and doing on his end. And I will say this for the record. It had nothing to do with Anthony.
I know that.
It was us fighting for our fucking lives because they weren't, it wasn't even a guarantee they were going to re-sign us in October. We were finishing out the end of our fucking contract. We were fighting to keep this show alive. And, we're doing something right because it's working very, very well.
I'm answering your question.
Okay,
you're saying to me,
right.
how does it make me feel when that happens? I don't want to see it happen. I don't want to be taking shots at you any more than I want you to be saying that stuff for whatever reason, because I know how that's read. Because I know how I hear it, and I'm sitting right with you, and I know what your intention is. You really weren't. I know you weren't taking a shot at him. And I knew in the moment you weren't.
Well, you probably should have brought it up on the show, and we would have,
Who, me?
Why not? And say, wow, what you tweeted was a little strange considering where we're at. Why not? We're doing it right now. But seriously, or call me.
Because first of all, you always have a reason like, well, this is why it wasn't that bad. And I did talk to you about it. I did say that to you about the whole thing about not going on his show. And to be honest with you,
I wouldn't know what to say to the guy.
And to be honest with you, dude, like when you're saying something like that, like, that tweet you sent out, I knew you would have just said, no, but I meant this because I did know what you meant. And we have talked about it. Like,
no, you probably should have called me and said, but you understand why people are spinning this, maybe.
Well, how do you not understand it? You're not a dumb guy. How do you not get it?
No,
I did see that at that point when, fuck. And maybe I should have said something on the air. Maybe, but I'm telling you, it wasn't my intention.
And at that point, to allow the personal stuff, the professional stuff, look, I mean, people don't know behind the scenes. They think that I know you went to bat for the guy. I really do. I know that you called them.
Dude, they were fucking mad at Anthony for years around here, and I went to bat for him.
I understand all that, dude.
In my dumb little ways. But by the end of it, we had nothing else to offer. We were done as a radio show, and the chemistry was completely gone. And so for people to say after 20 years that I threw him under the bus is completely ridiculous. He got himself fired. Period.
When you say to me, how do I feel him taking shots? And I said, you should have went on this show. Because on a professional level, even if you guys had no personal relationship left, that the support for the guy, you're the guy with the gig. I'm the guy with the gig. Like I know we didn't get ourselves fired. I get it, but we got the gig. So
right.
the man out should have gotten the support from this show, not just in casual asides or mentions, but legitimate support. So you're saying, why is all the hate directed at you? First of all, I get enough of it. Believe me, they don't fucking like me either.
Not really.
They really don't.
Not really.
Guys.
Justin, hold on. There's two grown-ups talking. I know you're trying to help. But we're discussing something. We're not yelling at each other. I'm not telling the guy to go kill himself. We're discussing it. They do not.
How dare you try to interrupt this fight?
You know
what I'm doing.
You know Ant manipulates a lot of the listeners to fucking hate me, right? You know that part of this too? Which is amazing to me because we started out as brothers. We did 20 years together. It didn't even end shitty. We had nothing. We had no chemistry, and we were done offering anything because when he talked, I wasn't listening to him anymore. When I talked, he wasn't listening to me anymore. And it was time to end the fucking thing. And then when he started his show, I honestly have no idea how I would have done the show, knowing where we were at before he even got fired.
First of all, I don't know that he's manipulating people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you tell me I need to be a little more self-aware. If you just open your eyes, it's obvious.
My eyes are wide open. I'm fairly self-aware. Not 100%, but I've spent my entire adult life.
Everyone that's around Anthony has to hate me? Have you figured that one out on your own? People that I've never met in my life have no fucking relationship with. They all have to fucking hate me to be part of Anthony's thing. That's really strange to me. That is really strange. I would understand if it was someone that I have bad blood with and had a relationship, but I'm talking about guys I've never met.
So who hates you that has never met you?
Gavin's one of them. He obsessively fucking attacks me. I've never met the fucking guy.
Does he attack you on a personal level or professional
level?
On a professional level.
Well, then it's nothing to do with knowing you.
He's reciting bullshit that is out there that Anthony had said on his own fucking show.
But if people
I never met the fucking guy. Why is he obsessively hating on him? Why?
I don't know.
But I'm asking.
But I'm
legitimately. That's ridiculous.
Maybe he doesn't like you. In all honesty,
I've never met the fucking guy.
In all honesty, I have met him, and we've never discussed that. Like literally, I don't know. I've had my own weird run-in with Gavin. We talked it out. I called him. We talked for an hour. We argued on the phone.
Right.
That was my first introduction to Gavin.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe you should have addressed it. Again, I can't speak to why Gavin doesn't like you. I don't know.
I don't care that he doesn't like me, but it's weird when someone you've never met.
But why you? To me, to say that Ant manipulated that or. That to me is a little unfair. Like that's.
Oh, I mean, come on. There's way more than that. It's obviously manipulates the audience. You have to hate me to listen to Ant's show. It's so fucking obvious.
There's a group of them.
It's so fucking obvious. So
But
where does that come
everybody, is it?
There's a group. No, but there's a group of them that hates me, and you get more of it. And I've said you get a lot more of it.
I think more people hate me.
A lot of them do
More
hate
people
you too.
hate me.
Oh, they fucking hate your laugh.
They do. No, they don't like Esther. They really do find us. And that's why I think a lot of them are full of shit. Because no matter who comes on the show, no matter who does well on this show, they start to hate. They started hating Dan Soder. They fuck Dan. But then when he does Big J show, they like him. So it's like a lot of times anyone who comes on this show, they start to hate. So you think I don't know that bullshit? But that's not Ant making that happen, dude. And you think they don't hate me because you get more of it? They hate my fucking guts.
They hate everybody. Wait till the Property Brothers come in. They're going to
stand
really
up.
hate them.
They hate my fucking guts.
Scheduled.
They hate my guts. You don't think they do because you look for stuff about you just like Jim Norton looks for stuff about himself. I look for stuff about me.
I don't really look for stuff though.
Well, it pops up.
It pops up. You're right. But I'm not looking at any of that shit.
I mean, maybe when Gavin being like weird with you, like he just feels loyalty to his boss, you know, and it's just
but it doesn't like that's stupid. It doesn't have to be that. That's my whole point. It doesn't have to be that way.
That's how it is with we
started the show as fucking brothers, and after 20 years, we were in a shitty place. Yes, but why? But why not just move the fuck on?
Yeah,
why not? When people bring up Anthony in the show in general. Yeah, maybe sometimes I grit my teeth, but I go, I wish him nothing but the best. And I don't encourage people to fucking not listen to him.
You're not the woman in Times Square who was punching him.
And I don't encourage...
But why are they blaming you, you know?
Huh? I don't know. I didn't get him fired.
Right.
You know, he hasn't taken responsibility for any of that shit. He blames everybody and everything.
What were you supposed to do? Not have a show, you know?
And he knows that management was having some real fucking issues with him. He knows all that. Our agent was being called and all that crap. So it probably shouldn't have been a surprise to him. They didn't like all the racist fucking talk day in and day out. They didn't like a lot of that he was taking a lot of fucking sick days. That had nothing to do with me. Nothing. So when he got fired, he shouldn't have been surprised. They were having discussions with him and our agent for a while about stuff. So then to turn around and blame me, that's fucking ridiculous. Take responsibility. You know you were in a weird fucking place.
But dude, you're saying something like, they don't hate me, they just hate you. And it's like, are you crazy? They can't fucking... You get more of it. You do. But I get a lot of fucking hatred from these people.
All right.
Who feel I'm a disloyal cunt and I'm a fucking piece of shit for being here. You think I don't get that? Like... You don't read my fucking emails or the tweets I get. Come on, man. Again, you get more of it.
Well, a lot of people feel like, the obvious show is you and Anthony, so why aren't you doing that?
I mean, well, first of all,
because you guys absolutely still had the chemistry. When me and Anthony were extremely popular, it was because we had amazing fucking chemistry. And then when you came in, we all had amazing chemistry. By the end of the Opie and Anthony show, me and Anthony's chemistry was shit. But you guys still had really good chemistry, and that is out there. A lot of people wonder why you and him aren't doing a show together. It's a real question.
I understand that. I understand.
And then I hear you come in here, and it's my mood and this and that. I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do what?
I wouldn't come into a shitty situation day in and day out.
I didn't say it was a shitty situation day in and day out. First of all, yes, you would, because you did for a long time. So don't say you would.
Well, come on. Hold on. I will adjust. I felt trapped, yes. I felt trapped and didn't know what the fuck to do. I started thinking the obvious thing, because there is a fan base to consider, too, that if we...
Okay, so what are we thinking so far about this fight? So Opie did address the Ben Sparks thing a little bit. Let me read some of y'all Schnigger's comments. It's so nostalgic. Jim Norton stayed that serious because he was using it as a connection to Hollywood. He did get into movies. He got into The Irishman. Opie is a bitch and Jim is a liar. Yep, pretty much. Donnie does not manage the Gargini brothers. Are they still at the Red Bar? The Gargini brothers? The fuck was Joey Diaz talking about? The Irishman wasn't that bad. It was just long as fuck. That was a long-ass fucking movie, The Irishman. By the way, don't forget to hit that Streamlabs donation link in the description. If you donate $20, you become an instant moderator and have power. I'm checking out more of this, though. What would a two producer
if we would have split the show at the end of that contract, it would have been beautiful for everybody. And I think the company would have went for it. And I say it again, I never officially had a discussion like that with anybody. But in my own dumb head, I was thinking maybe that's the way to go. And then maybe we do a little radio together. Maybe if we only saw each other once in a while, that would be better. And maybe we could handle that. So I was thinking that. But in general, I feel like I come in here in a good mood, and I feel like we're doing good radio. The last couple weeks have been a little strange.
But I don't know. I don't know why. Strange.
I don't know. Well, like you said it. I don't look at you, and you don't look at me. So isn't that strange?
Half the times I come in the morning, I'll say, "Hey, everybody," and you either don't say anything, and maybe it's your hearing, but literally you don't say anything. I'm telling you, just my experience walking in the morning.
Right.
I walk in, and you probably, I don't know if you resent that I'm not here earlier, but that's not the way I perform.
No.
I'm okay, fine.
No.
But I walk in, and I'll say good morning, or I'll go, hey, what's up? Or good morning, ladies, or whatever dumb shit I say. And half the times, you do not respond.
I feel the same way to you when you come in general. Like, it's just really weird and awkward.
But I say hello every morning when I walk in. You're always here before me.
Right. I don't know. It just always seems just like not
genuine. I say hello when I walk in.
No, it just feels very like almost almost forced. Almost
okay,
like, here we are again. Hi, what's up? And I feel like I do say hello back more than 50%. But if you're saying
the fact is, if you just said that, like, the guy walks in that you're working with every day and says hello, you think that I have a motive for saying hello that feels forced and awkward.
I think people just have different greeting styles.
But I mean, I'm being honest about the way I feel when I walk in. I'm literally just saying good morning, hello, everybody, because you guys are all usually in mid-discussion about something, and you're acknowledging. I do acknowledge you a little more than 50% of the time. So it's like, how do you not think that's odd?
But I don't do that to everybody else. For some reason, that's where me and
because
you
you guys
are
have so much time to say hello on the air.
I don't feel comfortable around you. I don't feel like,
but why?
Like you give a fuck about me.
Then why don't? Again, when I called you 2 weeks ago and I go, I text you, I'm like, is everything cool? And you're like, yeah, everything's cool.
And it was, and we discussed it. And then the last 4 weeks have been weird again. So I don't know why.
Well, maybe this one's on you, dude. Maybe maybe you're feeling. You just said I feel like Jimmy, I don't give a fuck about you.
But it can't always be on me. You don't. You just are you
said,
trying to tell me you don't come in here with your own fucking moods?
Most of my moods have. Every time I walk in here in the morning, if I have a mood,
it's obvious to everyone. And I know you're going to say, well, fuck, it's obvious to everyone when you come in.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
But it's extremely obvious when you're in a mood.
But I can't think of the last time I walked in here in a lousy mood about something with the radio show. Anything that allows you in the mood is because I'm fucking dealing with contractors, or I almost lost a 10% deposit on something.
Yeah, but I don't know that, or anyone else doesn't know that.
Of course you know that. I did. Of course, I talked to you about it. Of course you did.
No, there are times, yes, because when push comes to shove, we will tell each other. Because I got into the habit of finally telling you, because I know my emotions are on my face. I go, look, I'm in a weird place. This happened last night, or whatever. So I started, telling you that type of thing.
But you just do, buddy. You just said when I walked in.
I don't agree that I feel like I say hi to you almost every morning. I really do.
I know you do.
Really
but I'm telling you, as the person who experiences the lack of hello from you, that you don't. And I know. I mean, it's just an odd feeling.
Right.
And then you're saying, well, when you walk in, I feel like it's this forced. Like, what are you talking?
Maybe your hello's like at a 2. We need to raise it to like an 8.
But or make it a 2.
Nice.
You know
I don't
what I
think it's
mean?
a 0.
I'll just be like, hi.
But
Will that help?
Well, it would be lovely once in a while. Hi.
Wait, but what about your goodbye?
You just said
Who
it.
cares about the green?
Here's what the problem.
Shut up,
You
whore.
don't think I
Two
give
men
a
are trying
fuck
to
about
fucking
you.
argue.
That's what it all comes down to. And a big part of it is because I do go on Ant's show and I am comfortable with him and I do have chemistry about him.
You're way more comfortable with him.
And you see that because he and I are more. I'll tell you what it is, and this is where everything has got. You would see me and Ant. And having the way we do comedy or the way we perform, we're reaction performers. That's how we perform.
Right.
And then you're a guy who, I know you people say you steer this ship and you don't do it, but we understood the necessity. We are the ones who understood the necessity of fucking and defended that when people would attack you.
Right.
And you would get uncomfortable sometimes watching he and I because you felt like you were watching two guys do something and you didn't feel like you were a part of it and you resented it and you didn't understand. Even you're the guy in the room, you didn't understand how you were a part of it.
That was. I didn't resent it. I realized, oh boy, here we go. This show is ending as I know it. The chemistry was gone. You guys performed for each other, and that's how the show was.
But it wasn't just each other. It was.
Opie,
it was. I'm telling you, I like to get a laugh from everybody in the room.
Oh, I was laughing and stuff, but like I said, it was more me and Anthony. Our chemistry was fucking done.
But you're saying why I think
there might be a little resentment there, but it was also more like, oh wow, okay, this has run its course, and it was becoming more and more obvious. And then and then he just so happened to get fired. But that show was coming to an end no matter what.
But it wasn't to me. It wasn't obvious. Like it wasn't obvious. Us being funny together because we perform a certain way as performers,
right.
as like Voss,
right.
who's a reactionary performer.
Right.
That's what he does. He's a fucking reactionary guy. Anthony's a reactionary performer. You know what I mean? He's a fucking guy who is a spit.
All right, I just wanted to check out some of that. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I just wanted to check out some of that. The video footage of it. No, I didn't get the laptop back. I'm doing this. Miss Puerto Rican got me a new phone. It's a better working phone and shit, so... Hopefully, now that I got the better phone, but no, still no laptop. That cross-eyed loser piece of Majin Buu shit. It just isn't going to give it back. How did I make it through Navy boot camp? Not only did I make it through Navy boot camp, I fucking did, what the fuck's it called? The last night thing. Is it called battle stations? When you gotta do everything in one night. I led the whole unit. Linda Hogan is a mess. Uncommon Valor with Gene Hackman. Check the band list on the other channel. I'll give it a try. Although I could have sworn I unbanned everybody. At least I tried to. Well, now that I got the new phone Miss Puerto Rican got me, maybe it'll be easier. It's not that shitty shit phone fucking Worf got me. Fucking dumb Klingon four-headed bitch got me sick. But yeah, just chilled all day with her and her parents. We went and had Burger King. Because her, it was the first of the month. They're Puerto Rican. They had to do their Puerto Rican stuff on the first of the month. So we just drove around with her dad and her mom. Then we went out to eat. Came back here. Fucked. Then went to bed. I've just been sleeping all day with her. Just laying in bed lazy. Not the Brooke Hogan. Did you ever meet a Jackie Singh military slam? No. The shitload of Filipinos in the military, though. I think they're allowed to fucking join from the Philippines, too. And I didn't know what a Filipino was, and my senior chief was Filipino, and I was like, why is this Chinese guy speaking Spanish? It made no sense to me. Brooke is a big girl. Oh yeah, didn't she put out that statement how she doesn't talk to her mother or her father? Hold on, I gotta get going. I gotta go back to the thing. I gotta go, but do I wake up the Puerto Rican to tell her I gotta go? Or do I just leave? It might be weird to just leave. It might be just weird to leave, but yeah, peace, stay black, gotta go.